Welcome to Empires Explained, a channel dedicated to uncovering the mysteries behind the rise and fall of the greatest empires in human history. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for fascinating videos every Wednesday. The year is 320 AD. A pivotal moment in history unfolds as Chandragupta I ascends to the throne, following in the footsteps of his father, Ghatotkacha. With this rise, the seeds of the magnificent Gupta Empire are sown. Chandragupta I, a visionary, is determined to forge an empire that will echo through the ages. In a move that would shape the destiny of a nation, Chandragupta marries Kumaradevi, a princess from the mighty Licchavi clan. This is more than a union of two souls. It is a brilliant political strategy. The Licchavis, with their considerable power in northern India, especially in the region of modern-day Bihar, are a force to be reckoned with. This alliance breathes new life into Chandragupta's ambitions. The Licchavis, masters of trade routes and political landscapes in the Ganges River Valley, now stand behind the Gupta throne. The marriage not only solidifies military and political support, but also opens the doors to the abundant resources and strategic locations controlled by the Licchavis. Empowered by this newfound strength, Chandragupta embarks on a daring campaign of expansion to consolidate his rule over the Magadha region, the epicenter of ancient Indian power. The land of Magadha, rich with history and significance, now comes under his command. Magadha had been the cradle of empires, the seat of the Maurya and Nanda dynasties. Chandragupta's triumph in securing this territory is a monumental achievement, providing a solid and strategically vital base for the empire's future growth. A vast empire requires efficient administration. Chandragupta centralizes his power, loyal officials are appointed, and robust governance structures are put in place to maintain stability. Chandragupta's reign, though brief, is nothing short of transformative. His visionary policies and strategic alliances lay an unshakable foundation for the Gupta dynasty's future glory. His actions paved the way for his son, Samudragupta, to ascend and expand the empire to even greater heights. 335 AD. The Gupta Empire stands on the brink of a new era. Samudragupta ascends to the throne, succeeding his father, Chandragupta I. With his rise comes a surge of anticipation, as he is hailed as one of the greatest military strategists and conquerors in Indian history. His reign, spanning until around 375 AD, is marked by an aggressive expansion that will redefine the boundaries of the Gupta Empire. From the outset, Samudragupta's ambition drives him to consolidate and expand the empire across northern and central India. He launches a series of military campaigns that echo with the clamor of conflict and the roar of war elephants. In the heart of Aryavata, the Gangetic Plain, Samudragupta's forces meet their foes with a thunderous charge. The battlefield becomes a tumult of clashing swords, spears thrusting through the air, and shields clanging in defiance. His army, a formidable machine of conquest, is composed of well-trained infantry ready to engage in close combat. Cavalry units, fast and fierce, strike from a distance with lances and arrows, providing the speed and mobility necessary for both offensive and defensive operations. The war elephants, towering and awe-inspiring, lead the charges, their armored forms smashing through enemy defenses and creating chaos on the battlefield. Chariots, though less prominent, still play a role, their speed and maneuverability adding to the tactical flexibility of the Gupta forces. Samudragupta's use of encirclement is legendary. His cavalry moves swiftly to surround and trap enemies, cutting off escape routes and ensuring victory. The sheer sight and sound of his war elephants combined with the formidable reputation of his army, often demoralize opponents before the first battle cry is even heard. The rulers of Ahitshatra, Padmavati, and other smaller kingdoms fall one after another. Samudragupta's strategic brilliance shines through as he subdues these rivals, bringing their territories under direct Gupta control. 350 AD. Samudragupta sets his sights on the southern kingdoms. Unlike his northern campaigns, this expedition is designed to extend the Gupta Empire's influence rather than to annex lands outright. As his forces descend upon the southern realms, the Pallavas of Kanchipuram, the Cholas, the Cheras, and the Pandyas brace for impact. Samudragupta employs his tried-and-true tactics. War elephants charge at the heart of enemy formations, creating breaches through which his infantry and cavalry surge. Mounted soldiers, armed with lances and bows, dart around, their speed and agility overwhelming the slower defenders. The Gupta army uses feigned retreats to lure the southern kings into traps, only to turn and strike decisively when their enemies are disorganized and vulnerable. The southern kings, faced with the might of the Gupta military, are forced to submit. Samudragupta's brilliance lies in his ability to defeat them while allowing them to retain their thrones in exchange for tribute, ensuring a steady flow of resources to the Gupta Empire while maintaining a network of loyal rulers across the southern territories. The Allahabad pillar inscription celebrates Samudragupta's victories and magnanimity, immortalizing his reign as one of conquest and consolidation. His name becomes synonymous with an era of unprecedented dominance and achievement, setting the stage for the Gupta Empire to shine as one of ancient India's greatest powers. 375 AD. The Gupta Empire stands on the brink of a glorious new chapter. Chandragupta II, known to history as Vikramaditya, ascends to the throne, inheriting a realm rich in promise and potential. His reign, extending to approximately 415 AD, is nothing short of spectacular, a period where the Gupta Empire not only reaches its summit, but also becomes the very heartbeat of Indian culture and prosperity. The Western Kshatrapas, rulers of a formidable empire that stretches across modern-day Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan, stand as a formidable barrier to Gupta ambitions. These Saka kings, known for their fierce resistance and strategic strongholds, have long controlled critical trade routes and exerted significant influence in the region. Chandragupta's eyes are set on extending Gupta dominance and securing the western trade routes. In 388 AD, he meticulously plans an assault that will reshape the empire's destiny. His preparations are thorough. Every soldier, every weapon, every strategy is honed to perfection. Intelligence is gathered with meticulous care, and the Gupta forces are readied for battle. The sun blazes over the dusty plains near Ujjain, a city of immense strategic and economic importance. Here, Chandragupta's army clashes with the Kshatrapa forces. The battle is a ferocious spectacle, where the roar of war elephants and the thunder of cavalry charge through the chaos. The Gupta army, with Chandragupta at the helm, employs a masterful combination of tactics. War elephants, the pride of the Gupta military, lead the charge. Their massive armored bodies smash through the Kshatrapa ranks, their trumpeting cries mingling with the clash of weapons. The ground quakes as these behemoths create havoc, breaking enemy formations and sowing confusion. The cavalry, swift and relentless, performs flanking maneuvers, surrounding the Kshatrapa forces and cutting off their escape routes. The Gupta infantry, disciplined and fierce, holds strategic positions, ensuring that supply lines remain secure and that the momentum of the assault is maintained. Victory is decisive. The Western Kshatrapas are vanquished, their territories falling into Gupta hands. This triumph is not merely a military success, but a strategic masterstroke that opens the Western trade routes and amplifies the empire's wealth and influence. With his victory secured, Chandragupta turns his attention to the newly conquered lands. Recognizing the strategic brilliance of Ujjain, he establishes it as the empire's second capital to harness the city's position as a major trade hub. As the Gupta Empire flourishes under the rule of Chandragupta II, a remarkable figure steps into the spotlight, Faxian, the Chinese Buddhist monk, whose journey will offer a glimpse into one of ancient India's most illustrious period. His travels across the Gupta Empire reveals a society brimming with prosperity, cultural richness, and religious fervor. As he steps into the bustling streets of Pataliputra, the empire's capital, he is struck by the grandeur and cleanliness of the city. The streets are meticulously planned, lined with vibrant markets and echoing with the sounds of daily life. In the heart of this vibrant society, Faxian discovers the lifeblood of Gupta culture, the Buddhist monasteries. These sacred spaces are not mere places of worship, but bustling centers of learning and spiritual enlightenment. The monk is deeply moved by the serene yet industrious atmosphere of the monasteries. The monks, clad in their simple robes, are deeply engaged in meditation, study, and acts of charity. He witnesses the deep reverence for Buddhist teachings and the significant support they receive from the Gupta rulers. The monks' daily routines, their commitment to ascetic practices, and their active role in aiding the poor paint a picture of a society where religion and charity intertwine seamlessly. He notes the harmony in religious coexistence. Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism thrive together, each contributing to the rich mosaic of Gupta spirituality. The cultural renaissance is in full bloom, with art, music, and literature flourishing under the patronage of the Gupta emperors. The period is marked by its intellectual vibrancy, a testament to the Gupta rulers' commitment to nurturing and celebrating the arts. In the realm of science, Aryabhata and Varahamihira emerge as towering figures. Aryabhata's revolutionary work on the heliocentric model and the concept of zero challenges and expands the boundaries of scientific understanding. Chandragupta II steers the Gupta Empire through an era of unparalleled prosperity and cultural brilliance. His conquest of the Western Kshatrapas in 388 AD marks a turning point, extending the empire's western frontiers and enhancing its economic power. The strategic establishment of Ujjain as a second capital fortifies administrative control and trade, marking his reign as a chapter of triumph, innovation, and cultural renaissance. 415 AD. The Gupta Empire stands at a crossroads of destiny as Kumaragupta I, the son of the great Chandragupta II, ascends to the throne. His reign, stretching over the next 4 decades, is a testament to stability, prosperity, and monumental achievements. As the empire enjoys its zenith, Kumaragupta's leadership ensures that it remains a beacon of power and cultural brilliance. As Kumaragupta's reign progresses, the empire faces a formidable threat. The Huns, also known as the Hephthalites, a nomadic warrior people from Central Asia, cast a dark shadow over the Gupta realm. Their fierce invasions threaten to unravel the fabric of Gupta stability and prosperity. 455 AD, the Huns launch a ferocious assault on the Gupta Empire. The threat is immediate and perilous, with their fierce warriors storming through the borders, challenging Gupta defenses with relentless aggression. The empire's fate hangs in the balance as the Huns advance, their reputation for destruction preceding them. Skandagupta is newly crowned after his father, Kumaragupta. The Huns, driven by a hunger for conquest, storm into the Gupta Empire like a tidal wave of destruction. Skandagupta rises to the occasion with unwavering resolve. The empire's fate hangs in the balance as he prepares to defend his homeland. His first major challenge is not just a military confrontation, but a struggle for the survival of a legacy. Skandagupta rallies his forces, drawing upon the full strength of Gupta military prowess. The battlefield becomes a symphony of war elephants trumpeting into the fray, their massive forms charging through enemy lines, breaking the Huns' ranks with thunderous force. Cavalry units, swift and deadly, execute flanking maneuvers, encircling the invaders and cutting off their escape routes. The infantry, disciplined and resolute, fortifies positions and launches counteroffensives, ensuring no ground is lost to the enemy. In the epic clash at the Battle of Iran, Skandagupta's strategies come into fruition. The Huns, formidable though they are, find themselves outmaneuvered and overwhelmed. The roar of war elephants, the flash of cavalry lances, and the steadfastness of the infantry forge a decisive victory. The Gupta Empire, though battered, remains intact, its northern and western frontiers secure once more. This victory is not just a military triumph, but a testament to Skandagupta's leadership and tactical brilliance. The aftermath of the conflict reveals the cost of victory. The war with the Huns has drained the empire's resources and strained its economy. Skandagupta's vision is clear: rebuild and rejuvenate. He spearheads efforts to repair the ravaged infrastructure. Roads, fortifications, and irrigation systems are all given a new lease on life. The emperor's drive to restore these vital elements of the Gupta infrastructure is not merely about recovery. It is a statement of resilience and renewal. The empire begins to flourish once again, its pulse steady and strong. As the Gupta Empire enters the late 5th century, a storm brews on the horizon. The once unassailable realm, forged in the fires of conquest and cultural renaissance, begins to crumble under the weight of internal strife and relentless external threats. This is the era of Buddhagupta and his lesser-known successors, a period marked by desperation and disintegration. 477 AD. Skandagupta's legacy is but a memory as Buddhagupta ascends to the throne. His reign, fraught with challenges, is overshadowed by growing internal conflicts and the unyielding pressure of external invasions. The empire, once a beacon of strength and unity, now teeters on the brink of chaos. The Huns, undeterred by past defeats, press their advantage. These fierce invaders renew their assault with a vengeance. Unlike Skandagupta's triumphant campaigns, Buddhagupta and his successors struggle to fend off these relentless attacks. The Gupta military, still formidable but now stretched thin, finds itself grappling with an ever-encroaching enemy. Overextended and struggling to maintain a coherent defense, they find themselves overwhelmed. The lack of strong, centralized leadership leaves the military fragmented, unable to mount the effective resistance required to hold back the Hunnic tide. The glory days of Gupta dominance seem like a distant memory. As external threats mount, the internal fabric of the empire begins to unravel. Local governors and feudatories, seizing the opportunity, assert their independence. The weakening central authority ignites regional uprisings, further fragmenting the once unified empire. The grand vision of Gupta unity is shattered by the fractious ambitions of local rulers. These invasions, although only spanning a few decades, have long-term effects on India, bringing an end to this classical Indian civilization. Following the invasions, northern India was left in disarray, with numerous smaller Indian powers emerging after the crumbling of the Guptas. The Hun invasion seriously damaged India's trade with Europe and Central Asia in particular, Indo-Roman trade relations, which the Gupta Empire had greatly benefited from. The Guptas had been exporting numerous luxury products such as silk, leather goods, fur, iron products, ivory, pearl, and pepper from centers such as Nasik, Paithan, Pataliputra, and Benares. The Hun invasion disrupts these trade relations and the tax revenues that came with them. Indian urban culture is now in decline, and Buddhism, gravely weakened by the destruction of monasteries and the killing of monks by the hand of the vehemently anti-Buddhist Shaivist Hun king Mihirakula, starts to collapse. Great centers of learning are destroyed, such as the city of Taxila, bringing cultural regression. Amid the chaos and decline, the cultural legacy of the Gupta Empire endures. Though the political and military might crumble, the empire's influence on Indian civilization remains profound. The advancements in art, science, and literature forged during the Gupta Golden Age leave an indelible mark on history. As the great empire fragments into smaller states, its cultural contributions continue to resonate through the centuries.